Hi, this is Piyali and welcome to my channel. And today I will just discuss about a book with you all. So I will read this book with you all and I will just share whatever I am reading. Okay. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel, and if you share your experience with a book, please share it in the comment or mail me. Okay, so let's start. So this is the book I just want to share with you all. So this book is The Red Queen. It's all about sex and the evolution of human nature. So with all this animal thinking, human mind, and everything, will come to with each and every topic this book is covered. So let's see what's there. So in the content I'm getting, first chapter is human nature. So I will continue this with a lot of section. So let's see how much I can cover with this book today, and then I will cover it some other day and we'll finish it. Okay. So let's start with the first chapter, human nature. So in the first paragraph, what I see is that here metamorphosis, like kind of metaphorically, here the author is written that if a surgeon is treating a person, so he has a lot of experience with the differences. So someone is having a kind of stomach and other is having different kind of stomach. So this book is actually written about evolution. The author, okay, I forgot to tell the name of the author. It's Matt Ridley. So he is discussing about the role of evolution, how we human evolved and how other animals are evolving, and also there is a discussion about this distinguishing factor of every culture and every societal structure with the human evolution with the other species when their evolution is happening also, that is also included here. So when this evolution topic is coming, it's very necessary that it will come with a lot of differences and a lot of similarities, right? So here it is written very well that it describes in a very very interesting way that all other species, like when you are going to a psychiatrist, like the surgeon or doctor, like he will see how you are thinking, how you are contemplating, how you are seeing things, how your cultural values are affecting you in some way. So all these things. And this book actually inquires about the human nature, and its theme is that how it is evolving, and also how human sexuality evolved. Okay, then the question is asked about why sex. Okay, here it is written that reproduction is the main goal of for which human beings are designed. Okay, and everything else is means to that end. human beings inherit tendency is to survive, to eat, to think, to speak, and so on. But above all, they inherit a tendency to reproduce. Those of their predecessors that reproduced passed on their characteristics to their offspring. Those that remained barren didn't. Therefore, anything which increased the chances of a person reproducing successfully was passed on at the expense of everything else. We can confidently assert that there is nothing in our natures that was not carefully chosen in this way for its ability to contribute to eventual reproductive success. So here also author retains that the way society is viewing sex, okay, that reproduction is the one of the most important part of our life and humanity, human culture, human species. But also he is saying that it in some way denying that free will of a person, of a human being. And it is also portraying human being as a programmed robots, which is only created for this procreation process, basically. But actually, human beings, here he is written in a very interesting way also, that human beings strive according to their ability to take initiatives and exercise individual talent. And free will is not created for only fun. Here it is saying that this free will is actually to satisfy ambition and to compete with other like other human beings, and to deal with life struggles and life other important issues, and to get into a better position to reproduce and rear children. This is what is the actual function of a human being. Mm. Here it's a very interesting example is written here, that if a student is very brilliant, but when it comes to exam, he is afraid of the exam. This exam situation, this exam thoughts, this exam concept is making him very anxious. Okay, so and he or she is simply collapsing whenever this exam things is coming. So, but that person is actually brilliant. But this exam things when it's coming, this person is not performing at all. So, his brilliance is not actually count for nothing in a course that is tested by a single examination at the end of the term. The same way, here it is saying if an animal is brilliant at survival, he is defeating all the disease, he is living a very nice life. Okay, learns faster than its competitors, and lives to a ripe old age but is infertile, then its superior genes are simply not available to be passed on. And also, here he is explaining that reproduction is not synonymous with sex. There are many sexual ways to reproduce, but reproducing sexually must improve an individual's reproductive success or else sex would not persist. Then the next topic is coming in this chapter is nature and nature controversy. I think most of you is well aware of it, and those are from social background, social sciences background. Those have psychology or sociology or other social sciences in their educational field or working field. They will mostly relate. Those are aware. Most of the people are, I think, aware. Those will see this video will understand this nature and nature thesis or topic is very important. Not very important, but it's like in this topic with evolution and um, with this question, what is more important? Here, this topic will come again and again with this nature and nature. And when this nature and nature topic will come, it will come with the name of a very famous person, is Charles Darwin. Okay, he just then he brought up the topic of culture. Okay, and he's saying that in some way maybe he is in argument with those who think that human nature is evolved with the culture. Actually, human nature and humanity is coming with this culture. He is saying that yes, human nature is a byproduct of culture, but culture is also a product of human nature, and both are the products of evolution. And he is saying that it's not about all is in our genes. It's about far. It's like it's far from it. And he's also challenging this concept is like anything psychological is genetic. And also he's challenging this that anything universally human is untainted by genes. Here he is relating it with the chimpanzee, which is the most closest relatives of ours. But their nature is so different from us that there all the females are choosing a lot of partners. Females seek as many sexual partners as possible, and in which a male will kill the infants or strange females he has not mated with. But human society will not resemble with this feature. Okay, here also he is saying that we tend to follow our rules. We tend to follow pattern with with our cultural choices and all. So here he is saying we stick to the same monotonously human pattern of organizing our affairs. If we were more adventurous, there would be societies without love, without ambition, without sexual desire, without marriage, without art, without grammar, without music, without smiles, and with as many unimaginable novelties as are in that list. There would be societies in which women killed each other more often than men, in which old people were considered more beautiful than 20-year-old, in which wealth didn't purchase power over others, in which people didn't discriminate in favor of their own friends and against strangers, in which parents didn't love their own children, own children. So here also saying that the way we are getting some characteristics when we are like coming into the world, like when our child is born, he's getting a lot of characteristics from his parents and these things. He is saying that they believe that evolution proceeded by accumulating the changes that individual gathers during their lives. The idea was most clearly formulated by Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, but Charles Darwin sometimes used it too. Weismann noticed something peculiar about most sexual creatures. Their sex cells, eggs and sperm remain segregated from the rest of the body from the moment of their birth. You are descended not from your mother, but from her ovary. Nothing that happened to her body or her mind in her life could affect your nature. So you are born free. Okay. Here he is like coming to this point that we are actually seeing it in a way which is attached, but we are free. We are not that attached to the way we are seeing ourselves. So here it is written about this DNA and all these things, and how this gene and body is like connected. Hmm. Which is not connected with the actually how we born and how we are living. It's not connected. That is what is explained here, because he's saying his experiences that when he his ancestors was moving on to Europe, and about 100,000 years ago, they quickly evolved kind of a physiological feature to adjust with that climate of that place. So then they are coming that adjustment. Then they are coming that um, survival, survival thing. but that doesn't change their physical feature. They have their similarities as well. These two cultures, you can find that they all both hunters and have their hunting experiences. They gathered plants. They lived in social groups. All these things happens with them also. The next topic is in this chapter is the individual in society. Yes, actually, we all are individuals first. Then we are coming into this category of human beings. The focus of economic and social theory is and must be the individual. Just as genes are the only things that replicate, so individuals, not societies, are the vehicles for genes. Here also is saying that no humans are same. Okay, no father is exactly recast in his son. No daughter is exactly like her father or mother. No man is his brother's double, and no woman a carbon copy of a sister. Every idiot can be father or mother to a genius, and vice versa. Whereas every deer or every sparrow is self reliant and does everything every other deer or sparrow does, the same is never true of a man and woman and has not been for thousands of years. Every individual is a specialist of some sort, whether he or she is a welder or housewife, a playwright, or a prostitute. In behavior, as in appearance, every human individual is unique. If you are finding out that you are someone belonging to a group, and like you are someone from, suppose, from a particular culture, okay, So you will get a lot of similarities with that person with the same culture, right? So so the average members of different genetic differences between the average members of different races are actually tiny and are mostly confined to a few genes that affect skin color, physiognomy, or physique. Yet the differences between any two individuals of the same race or of different races can still be large. So here the author is asking a lot of questions. Why people are falling in love? Why they are choosing some similar kind of partner for their life? All these things are coming because this monogamous species. This we all are mainly monogamous species. Okay, so males are choosy about their mates. Prettiness is an indication of youth and health, which are indications of fertility. Why does that man care about fertility in his mate? Because if he didn't, his genes would be eclipsed by those of man who did. Why does he care about that? He does not, but his genes act as if they do. Those who chose infertile mates leave no descendants. Therefore, everybody is descended from men who preferred fertile women, and every person inherits from those ancestors the same preferences. Why is that man a slave to his genes? He is not. He has free will. But you just said he is in love because it is good for his genes. He is free to ignore the dictates of his genes. Why do his genes want to get together with her genes anyway? Because that's the only way they can get into the next generation. Human beings have two sexes which must breed by mixing their genes. Why do human beings have two sexes? Because in mobile animals, males and females are at each doing his or her own thing. Next topic is of conflict and cooperation. So here this is described that here the example is given of a polar bear which is equipped with a thick coat of white fur. The coat is thick because ancestral polar bear better survived to breed if they didn't feel the cold. There was a relatively simple evolutionary progression, thicker and thicker fur, warmer and warmer bears. The cold didn't get worse just because the bear's insulation got thicker. But the polar bear's fur is white for a different reason, camouflage. White bears can creep up on seals much more easily than brown bears can. The relationship between a mother and her child is fairly straightforward. Both are seeking roughly the same goal, the welfare of themselves and each other. The relationship between a man and his wife's lover, or between a woman and her rival for a promotion, is also fairly straightforward. Both want the worst for each other. The former two relationships are all about cooperation, and the latter two about conflict and competition. But what is the relationship between a woman and her husband? It is cooperation, in the sense that both want the best for the other. But why? In order to exploit each other. A man uses his wife to produce children for him. A woman uses her husband to make and help rear her children. Marriage teeters on the line between a cooperative venture and a form of mutual exploitation. Ask any divorce lawyer. Successful marriage so submerge the cost and the mutual benefits that the cooperation can predominate. Unsuccessful ones do not. And this cooperation and conflict is the obsession of government, family, lover, rival, everybody. It is the key to the economics. And the last topic for this chapter is to choose. Here it is saying that sexual selection produces the appearances of purposeful design as surely as natural selection does. So males more competitive nature is a consequence of sexual selection. Men have evolved to live dangerously because success in competition or battle used to lead to more or better sexual conquest and more surviving children. Women who live dangerously merely put at risk those children they already have. The intimate connection between female beauty and female reproductive potential is a consequence of sexual selection acting on both men's psyche and women's bodies. Each sex shapes the other. Women have hourglass shaped bodies because men have preferred them that way. Men have an aggressive nature because women have preferred them that way. Okay, then there are lots of findings, and then Here it is saying, meanwhile, the human scientists proclaim that animals are irrelevant to the study of human beings and that there is no such thing as a universal human nature. Then coming, it's like the Big Bang and DNA. This was the first chapter, and please let me know if you like this discussion. And I felt it very interesting, and I'm very curious to know the further of this book. And the next chapter is the chapter 2, the Enigma, and I will discuss it some other day. So very soon I will meet with you with this other chapter. So take care and bye.